Welcome to Company I've Never Seen and Instagram. Alright, so I don't have a lot of time. It's cold as fuck out here. About to lose some light. And I'm gonna do some bound fighting techniques because time is restricted. It will not be a long live for Instagram, and I may take this over to TikTok. So I'm only gonna probably be on here for maybe 20 minutes at best. I'm gonna show you guys some bound fighting techniques, and before we do this, first and foremost, if you are not a martial artist, do not attempt this. If you are a martial artist but you have not had formal training in how to fight with your hands tied, do not attempt this. And it's cold, so we gotta hurry this up. So first things first, understand that when your hands are bound, it does not mean that you cannot fight. It just means that you are going to have to work a lot harder to survive the fight. Now, understand that having your hands tied behind your back is a bigger disadvantage than having your hands tied in front. So this is the kicks that you will not do while your hands are tied behind you or in front of you, because anytime that your feet have to leave the ground, there's a good chance that you are going to be hurt, possibly even unalived. So the first kick you're not going to do, jumping spin back kick. The second kick you're not going to do, tornado kick. Alright? Those are your most two important kicks. The third kick you're not going to do is the reverse tornado kick. Because when your balance is off, your fighting game is off. You're going to need to know this shit, because if you ever get your hands tied in front or behind, you are very, very limited to crescent kicks, front kicks, and side kicks. Now, before anybody gets me any smoke on that shit, crescent kicks, front kicks, and side kicks are your basic kicks, and basics beats ass and saves lives. That fancy shit you just saw me do, in a real fight, your chances of actually pulling that off is slim to zero, unless you're fighting someone who has never seen a martial art movie or has never been in an actual fight. However, you can still get your ass kicked by somebody who's not a martial artist by pure dumb luck. Alright? So understand that shit. I'm not here to teach you unsafe martial art practice. I'm here to tell you don't do unsafe martial art practices. Alright? It's going to be a lot of shit behind things that you do in videos, so you need to practice your shit carefully. You need to hone your craft carefully, and more importantly, you need to be safe above all else. So, if your hands are behind you, which I normally start with because it's a whole lot harder to do the shit behind you than it is to do the shit in front of you. And I apparently missed the pile of shit. Fantastic. Don't let me go that way. So, here's the thing. Your priority while your hands are tied is to survive. Your priority while your hands are tied is to escape. They go hand in foot. It doesn't matter which one you do first, but you want to be able to do both. You want to be able to survive, and you want to be able to escape. Alright? So if your escape is that way, you want to kick your opponent that way. So outside to inside crescent kick, he's coming at you. Boom! Now see where you are. You landed here. You're going to pop your hips, and you're going to go this way towards that pile of shit that I tell y'all not to let me go. Okay. If your exit is that way, same concept, you have two options. You can do an inside to outside crescent kick. He's coming at you. Boom! You send him that way, you go this way. Now, you can do an outside to inside crescent kick with the other leg, which is boom! You send him this way, you go this way. Away from that pile of shit that's right there that I did not clean up, versus the pile of shit that I cleaned up where the camera is. Why are you not going to do this? You saw how that looked? There was no control versus control. Okay? As you can see with my balance, with my hand not tied, I have more balance, I have more control. See how crisp that is? Now let's hope I don't break my fucking neck. This is not going to be crisp. Or barely pulled off. So, it's a lot more harder work. It takes more energy to do your hands tied behind your back, jumping, spinning, back kick. Now, in front, I still don't recommend it. There will be a little bit more control. Now, Okay? When your hands are tied, it throws off your balance. Hands tied in the back really throws off your balance. You don't want to do that. Another method of control and escape, guys coming at you, boom! Front kick, target sternum, target chest, target throat, or crescent kick, boom! You know? Now, if you don't have a way to escape and you have to go through that person, you don't want to do this unless it's absolutely necessary, which is a jumping front kick. Because if they sidestep and sweep your foot, and neither one of your foot on the ground, you're going to be on the ground hard because of the momentum, because of gravity, and you'll probably break your fucking arms. You don't want that. So what you want to do if he's coming at you, boom, front kick. Now if you want to do a front kick side combination, it would look more like boom, boom. Let me do it from this side so you actually get a better demographic of what that's supposed to look like. It's coming at you, boom, boom. Okay? Now the reason why you want to do that is because you have nowhere to go except for through him. So this, boom, should bend him over. He goes over, boom, side kick him. You don't have to do anything fancy. He's already down, so if you side kick him, he's going to go backwards. Then you can keep walking toward that exit. And you can be nasty. He's coming, boom, boom, boom. You can throw a knee in there. And remember, your hands are behind your back. It's a whole lot easier with your hands tied in front of you. This is why you don't practice unsafe martial arts. Now, I've been training like this since I was 12 years old. Right? The tighter these damn things are around your wrists, the less control of balance you have. So if he's coming at you, boom. See how I almost fell? You might almost fall. Because these things outweigh your balance. And when I say outweigh your balance, it's a really simple thing. Your balance is controlled by your upper and lower body being equally out. So, I'm coming off of one foot, you know. I'm stepping into a kick. Now, this foot, the only thing that was on the ground was the ball of my foot. So, you know, you guys got like zoom power. If you can zoom in, you'll see that I'm on the ball of my foot, which also leaves me vulnerable versus being flat-footed. So if I'm standing here and I taekwondo kick the son of a bitch, you know, I'm still rotating on the ball of my foot, but more of my foot's close to the ground versus me kung fu side kicking. You know, I'm stepping in. If you look at my feet, I am on the ball of my foot. So that can be dangerous if he sidesteps and sweeps my leg. If he sweeps this leg while this leg is extended, I'm going on my back. Unless he comes from the front, which means I'm going on my face. Which means I have no way of catching myself and stopping the impact of hitting the ground. You understand why I say you have to be careful and practicing unsafe martial arts. This is completely unsafe, and if you are not a trained martial artist in the art of fighting with your hands tied, I highly recommend that you do not attempt this shit. Okay? Now again, if he's coming at you, this is your way out. You have to make sure that you don't kick him in that direction. So you must stay calm at all times. So if he's coming, this is your way out. Boom! I'm kicking him in that direction, and I'm running in this direction. Alright? If this is my way out, standing, boom! I'm kicking him in that direction, and I'm popping my hips and going this direction. Now this is specifically for people who have no fight game. Doesn't mean you're going to lose if you know how to use your brain. If you can get out of the situation without dying, do that. Don't ever try to be a hero. I don't give a damn if you have a black belt, blue belt, green belt, whatever. If your hands are tied, that belt don't mean a damn thing. Okay? It means nothing. And I'll be honest with you, and I'm going to get a lot of smoke for this shit from martial artists here. Your belt, honestly, it only counts in the dojo. It's the same thing I would tell anybody who does sport, martial arts for a living, or if you're like a martial arts champion or a wrestling champion, you're only a champion in the ring. Now, granted, you got to act like a champion outside the ring, but you should always be able to defend yourself. But understand this, and this is specifically for martial artists. Your belt don't mean shit out here. In that dojo, in the real world where, you know, everybody recognizes you as a champ, everybody knows your name, cheering, echo, 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 and all the other shit. Yeah, you have to be having championship behavior. That means I gotta learn how to stop cussing. All right, that's about all it means. So when I speak to people in interviews, I have to learn how to be respectful. I have to be mannerful. All right, but out here, when I'm not in that dojo and I'm not filming or any of that shit, no one cares if I have a black belt. No one. If someone's bigger than me and they think, oh, so you got a reputation for having a black belt, let's see what you got. You think they give a shit if I have a black belt? They don't. They just want to see if I actually do what that black belt says I can do. Which most people, if you take martial arts seriously, you can do what that black belt says you can do. However, there will always be someone who does not give a damn about that black belt and what it says you are supposed to be able to do. I'm also one of those people, because a belt's just a hold of your pants. I've beaten black belts before, so it's not like it's everything, all right? It's important to everybody to a certain degree, but when you get out in the real world, or if you happen to be in a street fight and you have a black belt and you lose, nobody's going to let you live that shit down. Nobody. Oh, you're a black belt. Oh, you're a UFC champion. You got your ass beat by a scrub. A guy who ain't never beat nobody in his life, and he winds up beating you by just dumb fucking luck. It can happen. Don't think for a New York minute that it can't, because it can. Anybody can beat anybody on any given day if they are prepared and you were not. Now we're going back to business. Fighting with your hands tied in front of you. This is a little bit more safer because you now have the ability to block. Alright? So you can block high right, medium with knee, low. High left, medium with knee, low. This makes it a little bit safer, but it does still not clarify you to do this kick. Or this kick. Or this kick. Or even this fucked up ass butterfly kick that I'm going to attempt. Okay? It doesn't clarify for you to do that. It just gives you extra protection against someone you're fighting because now you have the ability to block. Where back here, your blocks are limited by your flexibility and this fucking wedgie that I have. But your blocks are limited by this flexibility. So, boom, you can block this way, but it's really dangerous for you to block like this. If they sweep this foot and they're long-legged, they come under your block here and kick this foot and you go down. So you have to weigh stuff like that. My nose is running, hold on. But you have to weigh those things in before you bite off more than you can chew. And those things do happen. Now, you have to understand that you got to take fighting seriously. And it's not a game. It's not some shit you see in the movies. This block here, if they're kicking at your leg and you block it, yeah. But if they go for a foot sweep and you try to overstep, but you forgot their range was long, they're going to hit your standing leg and you're going to go down. And you don't have no hands to stop you from going on your face. Same thing if they come from the back, which means I'm like this, and they're doing a foot sweep. Alright? So they're doing a foot sweep, and I pull one of these numbers, but their leg is longer than I thought. They're going to catch this foot and I'm going to go down. Now let's say my hand is right here, and I block, but they kick this and I go down. Nothing's going to stop me from hitting my face. I very well be losing consciousness because the ground is hard. Alright? Understand how fights work. They don't always work like the movies. They don't last 20 goddamn minutes. They don't. Most fight scenes, they last 20 minutes because they got your ass in that seat for a reason. You got some of the best stunt choreographers and martial artists making the actor look great. Where in real life, most fights don't last more than 2 to 5 minutes. 7 if you're good. Alright? You can get unlucky. You can be better than the guy that beat your ass every given day of the week, except that one day that he beat your ass. Because you relied on that black belt and that reputation. Don't rely on your black belt or your reputation. Rely on your fucking skills. Rely on what you fucking know. But always be prepared to probably take an ass whooping to get a victory. A lot of people don't teach you that shit. Now I just dropped some truth. So, guys, coming, block, block, block. You see I can do all my blocks? Boom, 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 boom. I can block all day. Ain't even got to use my foot. Just keep blocking. You know? Now, it's not going to be like the movies where I can wrap it around him. I probably can, but he'd have to be throwing that punch slow enough for me to fucking be able to do it. Now, if he's throwing that shit in real time, I don't recommend you doing it. I'm not going to say you can't, but if you slide his arm through there, you want to pin that bitch. Break the elbow, and then elbow him in the face, let him go. Because he's pretty much got a broken arm. He's got a broken elbow, you got a chance now. You know, you got a better chance now than you did before. However, you can still break the elbow by him throwing a punch and you catching, clapping. You know, there's not a lot of space there, so you got to make that shit count. Boom. And in that case, elbow, this part of the elbow, and this part of the arm, because you're probably not going to get that much space and that much time. Now, if you can't break the arm, you want to at least be able to bat the shit away. Boom, boom. You have to be able to bat shit away when your hands are tied. You can't go for breaks and submissions and shit because your hands are fucking tied. You have to keep that shit real. You got to keep that shit real. If he's throwing a punch, boom. I can block it. If I can grab it and throw this knee into him, great. But I'm going to be in a little bit of a panic because I'm going to be a little bit scared because my hands are tied and real life don't work like the movies. No, so you got to understand, real life does not work like the movies. I'm blocking, that part's real. Blocking and grabbing and pulling, that part's called a miracle. Alright? So if you throw in a left and I get to my right, which is your left, and I block it and push you forward and throw a left knee, then I'd have created a good miracle. If I block it and just get the fuck out the way, that's reality. Boom, I blocked that bitch. Because I'm not trying to get hit. You're not trying to get hit. So if they're throwing a left jab, which is coming to my right. So if I step to the right, I'm doing Kung Fu now. Step to the right, and I push him out of the way, I'm good. I'm ready for a reset. If I step to the right and push him, and he's in an angle where I can throw that knee, I created a miracle. Now, I know you're thinking, why would you call it creating a miracle? Because I'm fighting with my hands tied. Which the fact that I'm still able to go after having my hands tied is a miracle in itself. Again, if you have not been trained how to fight with your hands tied, I don't recommend this shit. If you know a martial artist that can teach you how to fight with your hands tied and you can field test it, fine. But I'm honestly, truly the guy telling you, you want to block it and get out of the way. You don't want to block it and try to keep engaging. You want to block it until you can get to a point where you can actually engage. So if you have to block everything he throws, there ain't a damn thing wrong with that. Block everything he throws. My hands are getting cold, so I'm going to end the live right now. I'm also going to end the YouTube, and I'll make another one for TikTok. But thank you guys for watching. I'm Echo Van Grey Wolf. This is Kung Fu Havoc number 2, BC and U.